Hey folks, I'm going to show you how to make these super cute smiley face granny squares. For this project you'll need a darning needle, scissors, 3.5mm crochet hook and 8-ply yarn in 2 different colours. We'll start this project with a magic ring. Wrap the yarn around your fingers twice, making a cross. Insert your hook underneath and pull the left strand through. Twist this and do a chain to secure your magic ring. Then you're going to want to do 2 chains. This will act as your first double crochet of the round. Then we're going to do a double crochet into the magic ring. Yarn over, pull a loop through, then pull through 2 loops on the hook, and then pull through the next 2 loops. That's your first double crochet. Then make another 10 double crochets into the ring. I'll meet you at the end of the round. These are the starting chains we made, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 double crochets. That makes a total of 12. When we join this up, we're going to want to ignore the first chains that we made and do a slip stitch into the top of this first double crochet. Before we do that, let's tighten up the magic ring by pulling on this tail and making it nice and secure. Then insert your hook into the top of the first double crochet and make a slip stitch to join it. And there you have your first round. To start the next round, chain 2. These are just filler stitches and won't count as a double crochet in this round. Then you're going to want to do a double crochet into the stitch we just slip stitched into in the previous round. This is at the base of these chains we just made and slightly to the left. Then do another double crochet into this exact same stitch. This is our first increase for the round. Then you want to continue this round by doing 2 double crochets into each stitch. I'll meet you at the end of this round. To finish this round off, you're going to want to do 2 more double crochets into the stitch directly below these chains we made at the start of the round. Then you're going to want to count the stitches in this round. Ignore the first 2 chains that you made and then count the double crochets. You should have a total of 24 in this round. To close this round up, you're going to want to ignore the first chains that you made, ignore the first double crochet you made, and then do a slip stitch into the top of the second double crochet that you've made. By skipping over these stitches and doing the filler stitches at the start of the round, it makes sure our circle is nice and full and doesn't have any gaps at the join. To start this round, do 2 chains and then do a double crochet into the stitch we just slip stitched into in the previous round. Then move on to the next stitch and do 2 double crochets in this one. This is the repeat pattern for this round. You're going to want to do 1 double crochet in a stitch, and then in the next stitch you do 2 double crochets. Continue this all the way around and I'll meet you at the end. The last stitch to work into this round is at the base of these 2 chains. You should be up to doing the 2 double crochets into this stitch. If you're not, you might have made a mistake in the pattern, so go back and check. Then you're going to want to count the stitches in this round. Again, ignore these first 2 chains and then count each double crochet. You should have a total of 36 for this round. To join this round, skip the chains we made at the start, skip over that first double crochet and then work a slip stitch into the top of the second double crochet that we made. Then trim your yarn end and pull this through the loop on the hook to make a slip knot. Pull this nice and tight and then your circle is all done. I'll show you how to do the border with this white yarn so it's easier to see. First, make a slip knot and tighten this on your hook. Then do 1 chain. When we start working into our circle, ignore the stitch we slip stitched into and work to the one to the left of this. Hold the tail of your yarn in your right hand and then wrap a loop around your hook. Insert this into your stitch and then pull a loop through. Then pull through 2 loops on your hook and then pull through the last 2. This is a standing double crochet. Then you're going to want to work another double crochet into this same stitch. Do a double crochet into the next stitch, and into the stitch after this we're going to work a half double crochet. Yarn over, put your hook through, pull through a loop, and then pull through all 3 loops on your hook at once. Into the next stitch, do another half double crochet, and then after this, do a single crochet into the next stitch. Into the next one, do another single crochet, and then into the next one, a half double crochet. In the next one, a half double crochet. The one after this, do a double crochet. And then we're going to work our corner into the next stitch. Do 2 double crochets into this stitch. And then chain 2. And then work another 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And that's the first side of turning our circle into a square. We're going to follow the same pattern again for the next side. Do a double crochet, a half double crochet into the next stitch, and then another half double crochet into the next stitch. Into the stitch after this we'll do a single crochet, the next one a single crochet, into the next stitch we'll do a half double crochet, another half double crochet in the next stitch, and then a double crochet in the stitch after this. Then it's time to work our next corner. Do 2 double crochets into the same stitch, and then chain 2, and then do 2 more double crochets into that same stitch. Continue on in this pattern and I'll meet you at the end. I've just finished off my second single crochet, so I'll do a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then in the stitch to the very right of this knot I'm going to do another half double crochet. In the stitch to the left of the knot I'm going to do a double crochet, and then I need to finish off the corner I started at the start. Work 2 double crochets into that same stitch from the start, then chain 1, then we're going to join this with a slip stitch to the chain we did at the start of the round. To start the next round you're going to want to do 2 chains, this will act as your first double crochet, and then do a double crochet into the corner. Then we're going to work half double crochets all the way along this row. It's easy to skip the first stitch, so make sure you do your first one into the very top of this first double crochet we made in the last round. Continue making half double crochets all the way along this row until you get to the end. It's a good idea at this point to count your stitches and make sure you've got the right amount. Here are our chains, our first double crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 half double crochets. Then you're going to want to work your next corner. Do 2 double crochets into their corner. Chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets into the corner. Then you're going to want to do half double crochets for the rest of this side. Make sure you don't skip that very first stitch. Continue on in this pattern and I'll meet you back at the end of the round. So here I've done my last half double crochet and now it's time to finish off that first corner. Do 2 double crochets into the corner. Then chain 2. Then join this with a slip stitch to the top of the second chain that you made at the start of the round. Then trim off your yarn and pull the end through the loop on the hook. Pull this nice and tight and then your circle into granny square is complete. Before we get to the finishing touches, we need to sew in the ends. Using your darning needle, pull the yarn from the magic circle through a few stitches, then go back through this loop you've just created. Pull this nice and tight and then feed it through a few more stitches before trimming it off. Then use your darning needle to weave in all the other ends. To make the smile, I like to stitch between the second and third round of the circle. Use the same yarn that you used for the border and then find a space where you want the smile to start. Put your needle from the back to the front and then pull this through. Leave a small tail at the end that we'll tie on in a minute. Then stitch down through the gap between the second and third rounds and pull this through. Then come up from the other side and then pull this down through the same spot. Then turn your work over and tie this yarn end off in a double knot. Use a back stitch to continue embroidering on your smile. When you get to the end of the smile, make the top of it like you did at the start and then tie off your yarn. To make the eyes, find the position you want them to be and then pull your needle through from the back to the front, leaving a little tail that you can tie on at the end. And then stitch down through the front. You can either do one stitch like this or double it up and do the exact same thing over the top. Once you've finished the eye, turn your work over and tie these yarn ends off. I like to do a triple knot for extra security and then I trim these off. Then repeat this process for the other eye, making sure you get them nice and even. And there you have your adorable little smiley face granny square. I hope you have fun making these, and make sure you tune in to my next video where I'll be making something super cute with these little smileys.